And section 5.6 TPs. We start with arc cosine 1/2. That is the angle whose cosine is 1/2. You know, you can think about your unit circle, and we want the angle whose cosine is 1/2. That is our x-coordinate. That is pi over 3. You should really know how to do that without thinking. Arc cosecant of negative square root of 2. Now, that one's a little more complicated. Let's remember arc cosecant. Well, cosecant is reciprocal of sine. So maybe I could think about the angle whose sine is the reciprocal of that. And if I go look at my unit circle, my interval for sine is negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. So I need to be in this quadrant, and that would be at negative pi over 4, where my arc sine is negative 1 over square root of 2, which makes my arc cosecant negative square root of 2. So the answer is negative pi over 4. 17. The sine of the angle whose tangent is 3/4. Now, we know 3/4 is not one of our unit circle values, but what we do know, if we think about triangles, if we know the tangent of some angle is 3/4, that means that the side opposite and the side adjacent are in the ratio of 3 to 4. This could be a 6 and an 8. This could be a 9 and a 12, and so forth, but the ratio is 3 to 4. And we also know we have a Pythagorean triple. 3 squared plus 4 squared is r squared. So I have a 3, 4, 5 triple. What that means is my radius is now the ratio of 3 to 4 to 5. Now, why do I care about that? Because I don't know what the angle is, but I do know that the sine of the angle is 3/5. There you go. Let's do another one. The secant of the angle whose sine is 4/5. So let's draw our triangle. Here's my angle right here. And the opposite to the radius, opposite over hypotenuse ratio should be 4 to 5. So the sine of my angle is 4/5. That makes this side right here the ratio of 3 to 4 to 5. Okay. I don't know what the angle is, but I do know that I have my sides in this ratio, and I want the secant of that angle. And if I know that angle, the secant is r over x, so 5/3. Very nice. Now in this section, you also got some nice little formulas for derivatives of your inverse trig functions. The derivative of arc sine u is u prime over the square root of 1 minus u squared. Okay, so the derivative of arc sine u is u prime over the square root of 1 minus u squared. So this 2 is a coefficient, and it will be a coefficient all the way through the problem. My u is x minus 1. My u prime, which is also known as du dx, is 1. So f prime is 2. The derivative of arc sine of u is u prime over the square root of 1 minus u squared. And all I can do to really clean that up is move this to the numerator. That's about it. Number 43, my function is 3 arc cosine x over 2. Again, our rule for the derivative of arc cosine looks a lot like arc sine with a negative sign. So our u is x over 2, so my u prime, which is also du dx, is 1/2. So I'm going to have negative 1/2 over the square root of 1 minus u x over 2 squared. 3 times negative 1/2 over the square root of 1 minus x over 2 squared. And I can clean that up a little bit. This comes out in front as a negative. The 3 can go to the numerator. 1/2, that 2 can come down here. And that's pretty much all you can do. And that is the end of 5.6 TPs.